Hello collectors, welcome to episode 41 of Statue Talk. That's right, Kato, we are back. Now Statue Talk is a show where Kwong and I share our thoughts and opinions on upcoming statue previews, pre-orders, and updates to our collection. Now Kato, hit the music.
Life is a locomotive. If you're not moving, you're not living.
Alright Kwong, how long has it been since our last episode?
I want to say almost a month, but I think like 3 weeks?
I think we're late by about 3 weeks. Probably about a month since our last episode. Mm-hmm. I got sick for a little bit, and then in the end, I just needed a break.
Yeah. So, but we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
But we're back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kwong, I'm not going to ask you what you've been doing for the past month, because I know the answer to that question is sleeping and playing Dota 2. But I did want to ask you about a movie you saw last night, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah. Without any spoilers, let us hear what you think.
I think it was pretty good. It's definitely different from all the other Spider-Mans that we are used to. For me, it's being compared to Spider-Man 2, the one with Tobey Maguire. Everybody is kind of comparing that to that. For me, I personally think it's either on par, but honestly, since I only watched it once, I would say it's a little bit under Spider-Man 2. It's definitely better than all the other ones, but a little bit under Spider-Man 2 because it's not great. What a huge thing, no spoilers or anything, what I really liked about this movie was Michael Keaton. Like, for me, Batman. Yes, yeah, Batman. I've seen him as Batman. I think that's the only I've seen him as I did watch a little bit of Birdman that he was in, but I haven't really watched the whole entire thing, but I heard he's like super good in it. Other than that, holy crap, his performance was just ridiculous.
If you like Michael Keaton, one movie you need to watch with him is called Multiplicity.
Alright.
Yeah, check that.
I was just so surprised. Like, when looking at Vulture, we both know who he is. He's just that green flying guy. You know what I mean? And when you see him in this movie, it was just like, what?
So when I think of Vulture, I think of some old bald
dude exactly
flying around. Right?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, dude, this guy's gonna be like a pussy. He's gonna suck as a villain. But dude, Michael Keaton killed it, man. I think that's the huge thing for me.
And so what about Tom Holland's performance?
Oh, Tom Holland's performance as Spider-Man is really good. But I want to say Michael Keaton steals the show, man.
Well, back to Tom Holland, Kwong, because he's the one we want to hear about. Yep. Is he the best Spider-Man? Live action Spider-Man?
I want to say yeah.
Better than Tobey Maguire.
And Andrew Garfield.
Better than Andrew Garfield.
He took both of them and combined it into one to where it was both of the flavors. Definitely more comedic than any of the other two, but definitely really well. He's very young as well, so that's something I felt like later on in the future with his other sequels and also being Infinity War, it's going to be really good, and I think he's going to mash really well with all the other cast.
So, you've only seen it one time, but what rating would you give it?
For me, when I walked out of the theater, I wanted to give it a 7, but then after sleeping on it and thinking about it for a really long time, curious on why they did certain things, I ended up kind of giving it like a 7.5.
So does it make your top 3 Marvel films?
I want to say borderline, but no.
No,
definitely not.
Okay. Yeah. And comparing it to another recent comic book movie, Wonder Woman, how would you compare it to Wonder Woman?
Oh, both movies are completely different.
Right.
Definitely different. I'm not too bash on DC or Marvel at all, but Wonder Woman's kind of like Captain America, the first Avenger, if you look at it.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I liked it. It's definitely, for the DCEU, it's definitely in a good direction. Definitely a good direction for me compared to all the other films that I've seen. I know you like Batman vs. Superman. I just personally didn't. But I did like Wonder Woman, so it wasn't that bad.
For me, I haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming yet. Trying to figure out when I'm going to get to go see that. Summer's busy with my daughter on summer vacation from school. I'm just trying to figure out when the best time is going to be for that. I did see Wonder Woman. I didn't understand all the hype behind that movie. I would compare it to Captain America: The First Avenger, which I do really like. I didn't think that movie was that great when I first saw it, but subsequent watchings of it, I really liked it. I just thought Wonder Woman was okay. I didn't like it as much as Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman. I know I'm probably in the minority with that. A lot of people thought Wonder Woman was great. I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was all that and a bag of potato chips.
I agree. I personally gave it like 7.
So going back to last week's episode, we were talking about, or last month's episode, I guess, we were talking about going and seeing Alien Covenant.
Oh yeah, we did watch that.
We did watch that, and I think we both were a little bit disappointed in it. Yeah. Without going into spoilers, the whole alien origin of the alien or the xenomorph left me a little disappointed. Which was a shame. I was really looking forward to that movie. And it doesn't make me want to order this Alien Warrior maquette that's coming out.
But I heard the Blu-ray has like 30 minutes of deleted scenes, so that should be kind of interesting to see if you do get the Blu-ray. Yeah,
I'll definitely watch it probably a few more times. I really did like Prometheus.
Oh yeah, Prometheus is really good. I like that one.
And then another big summer movie, pop culture related, that came out was Transformers: The Last Knight. Neither one of us have seen that. But I think you all know by now it's not getting the best reception. I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to. Based on the other Transformers movies, they're storyline-wise, they're not great. They're good action movies. But this one is supposed to be worse than all of those movies.
I thought the first one wasn't that bad. It's okay.
Well, I like the movies for what they are. You have to kind of go in with that mindset of what you're really going for. Like, imagine you're going in to watch a Transformers cartoon, and instead it's live action, and that's the kind of consistency of story and quality of story that you're getting as Saturday morning cartoon. If you can go into that mindset, then they're okay to watch, right? So I couldn't convince my daughter to go see it with me. She actually took me. I had to take her to see. I can't remember what movie did I take her to see.
Beauty and the Beast?
No, I did, but just recently, a couple weeks ago, kids movie that came out. Oh, I took her to see the Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Isn't it Caribbean? Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Or is that like tomato and tomato?
It's like tomato and tomato. When people are talking about the ride, they usually say Pirates of the Caribbean. But when you talk about the actual Caribbean, you don't say Caribbean.
Got it.
So it should be Pirates of the Caribbean.
Got it.
Right. So I didn't really want to see that movie. We were having a surprise party for my daughter, and I needed to get her out of the house so they could prepare the house for her surprise. And I got to tell you, there's nothing worse than sitting in a movie theater and watching a movie you don't really want to watch. Because it's not like you can sit and check your phone or do something. You're just stuck there. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't nap a little bit.
Did you like the movie? So the movie was not good?
It was fine. I just didn't really want to see it. But, concluded the whole Pirates of the Caribbean story arc.
But I heard there's a sequel already.
It doesn't mean they can't make more.
Oh, okay.
They just concluded the overarching story of the first 3 movies. They concluded it in the 4th movie. So it doesn't mean they can't make more Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But I also tried to watch John Wick 2 the other day. I rented it on Amazon. I fell asleep about halfway through.
What? Really? Dude, I'm pretty sure everybody in the comments right now would just be like, what the hell?
I was watching it late at night. I'm 40 years old. I fall asleep. I only rented it, and I forgot to go back in and watch the rest of it the next day, so I haven't seen the other half. I knew I was going to fall asleep during it. I was like, okay, I want to watch it anyway. I'll just finish it tomorrow. And just got so busy that I forgot. And I've also been playing The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that.
I started over on that. I'm committed to beating it. I have a lot of time before a new game comes out that I want to play. committed to beating it. What's interesting is that I've been playing that game so much, I thought I would want to then order Prime 1's Geralt and Eridan and Triss, but
they're all sold out, aren't they?
You can still get the regular editions, but after playing the game so much and then looking at the statues, I was like, the likeness, I don't know. It's kind of not quite there.
Well, it's because can't you customize your character too? Is that why? To the way you want?
Yeah, and that's the thing with a lot of trying to do video game statues where you can do a lot of customization. My Geralt that I'm playing does not have the same armor as that statue.
Exactly.
He does at the beginning of the game, but throughout the game I use different gear, so that statue doesn't necessarily represent how my Geralt looks.
Yeah.
You can style his hair, style his beard, all that different stuff. They are still really good looking.
Oh yeah.
But
especially the villain, the one with that huge armor, dude, that looks amazing.
So I thought I would get a strong desire to order those statues, but so far I haven't, which is really good for my pocketbook.
Yeah.
Okay, Kwong, before we get to our previews and pre-orders, we're going to first take a look at Sideshow's online Comic-Con, which is going on since the beginning of July. So middle of the month, San Diego Comic-Con. I think it's the weekend of like the 20th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So during the month of July, every day, Sideshow posts either a reveal, a teaser, or a pre-order up until Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And they usually have a lot of those statues available for Comic-Con. So before we get to the regular previews and pre-orders, we're first going to cover some of that info from Sideshow that we've been seeing.
Warning. Gamma radiation levels rising.
Okay, we shoot this video on Fridays, so we're only going to go up to the reveals for Fridays.
Yeah.
By the time this video comes out, they'll have reveals for both Saturday and Sunday.
Which we'll probably cover later on.
Right. So first up, we have a reveal of the Lady Deadpool premium format figure, Kwong.
Yeah.
This statue they also showed on Sideshow Live this past week.
Yep. It's a good companion piece for the Deadpool that you're getting.
Yeah, good companion piece for the Deadpool. Very similar styling, very similar design. If you watch that Sideshow Live video, you got to see the production piece of that Deadpool statue, which looks really cool.
Yeah, really.
And then the prototype of the Lady Deadpool. Cool. And personally, you're not very interested in that Lady Deadpool.
I don't know that much about that character at all.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how much she's going to cost.
Oh, yeah.
In comparison to Deadpool, right? So the next up, the Sideshow officially revealed the Magneto.
Yes.
A premium format figure. They only showed a font image, a text image, but he is supposed to be at San Diego Comic-Con displayed.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be
for
really
those
awesome.
Who are going.
Really looking forward to that. Next up, they had revealed a couple of busts.
Oh, yeah. Many.
A couple of Star Wars busts. They had the Stormtrooper life-size bust, and then they also had the Boba Fett life-size bust. Hopefully we can expect to see both of those at San Diego Comic-Con as well. And the next day, they had one of their Court of the Dead.
Yes.
Not a premium format.
Odium
Reincarnated Rage. They're calling this one a maquette.
Yeah, so this guy looks big, right? To be honest.
Hey, it's just an art image. We have no idea how big or small it's going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty big, but there's got to be some reason on there. They're calling it a maquette.
Yeah.
Right? And then that same day, they also revealed the Wolverine premium format figure.
Which kind of surprising, I want to say, because didn't they just recently do one?
Yeah, they did a brown costume Wolverine a couple months ago.
Yeah, that you got to.
Yeah, that I have. And they did reveal some interesting information about this statue on Sideshow Live when they were talking about it. I think they mentioned he should be at San Diego Comic-Con as well. I think he's going to be fully sculpted, and yes, it's going to be a he. So there was some speculation that it might be X-23, but it is going to be a he, and he's going to be a companion piece to Magneto.
Ooh.
Not like a diorama style, they're not going to be fighting anything, but the hint that they gave on Sideshow Live was that sometimes mutants need to team up together to fight a common enemy.
Mm.
So for you comic book readers out there, let us know what version of Wolverine and Magneto you think that's going to be. Be interesting. Sideshow's coming out with Magneto around the same time that XM Studios is going to come out with their white version of Magneto, which they showed off. So we'll have the apples to apples sort of comparison.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Right, so that'll be fun, fun to check out. Definitely interested in both of those statues.
Oh, yeah.
For my collection, I don't have a Magneto. I already have a Wolverine, but I have a brown costume, yellow and blue costume. I can never have too many Wolverine statues. And then today, on Friday, they revealed the Iron Man Mark III maquette.
Yes.
So this is a movie version of Iron Man. Another movie versions. They have a lot of movie versions.
Yeah,
of
Iron Man. Yeah, a lot.
A lot of people are saying, and me included, that we should have a comic book version of Iron Man. We
really do.
In the Avengers Assemble set, but that's 1/5 scale.
Yeah.
Need a quarter scale comic book version, sort of like what XM Studios is doing.
Yeah, and they just recently just delayed him too.
I want an Iron Man in my collection. I want a comic book version though, but I don't like Iron Man enough to pay the amount it would cost me to get an XM Studios version.
Okay.
Right. So that's it so far. It's been about a week of Sideshow's online Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And then, so Kwong, we know that Sideshow's going to be revealing a lot of stuff, San Diego Comic-Con, and we know that Prime One Studio is also going to be showing off some stuff at San Diego Comic-Con. But Prime One has said most of their stuff, if not all of their stuff, at San Diego Comic-Con is going to be stuff we saw at Wonder Festival last year.
So no,
Because it takes, they said it takes a lot of cost and to get their prototypes shipped from
China too.
from overseas to be for Comic-Con. So we may not see anything new from Prime One Studio. But we got a Summer Wonder Festival at the end of this month.
Yeah.
And that's where Prime One is going to be revealing more of their new stuff.
Yeah.
So that being said, Kwong, what are you hoping to see at San Diego Comic-Con?
From either of the
Sideshow,
something that we've seen
Prime
already,
One.
or just like something randomly.
whatever you're looking forward
Honestly,
to.
I would say that Magneto, because as of right now, I really want to get the XM Studios white Magneto instead, as of right now. But I'm curious to see, because XM Studios is hard for us to get, and obviously it's going to be super expensive. But curious to see if, like you were saying, apples to apples, if Sideshow can, have a better pose and better look to this Magneto that they're making. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that at San Diego Comic-Con and see what it is, what it looks like, and curious to see that Wolverine too, the companion piece with it. But for me, definitely that Magneto. Really long time that we both been waiting to look for that one.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to, obviously, Magneto and Wolverine as well. I'm hoping that we'll see more from DC, specifically the Batman line. I know we're probably going to see that Nightmare Batman.
Yeah.
But they were hinting at, Sideshow was hinting at a companion piece when they showed it off. I don't know if it'll be ready for San Diego Comic-Con. I'm hoping it might be a Scarecrow. And they did mention on this last Sideshow Live, lots of people asking about Robin and Nightwing. And they just said, probably eventually, but, nothing for him yet. Because those would be the two that I would really want to see. So, but I'm not expecting to see it there. So hopefully we'll see the companion piece for the Nightmare Batman. Hopefully Scarecrow. I would like them to surprise me with a cosmic character. You know, they released Thanos, so a new Silver Surfer would be killer. And Adam Warlock would be killer.
That's what I was.
I'm not expecting to see either one of those, but I would like them to surprise us.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, honestly, we're going to see the Hot Toys Millennium Falcon cockpit. Maybe it's eventually going to come out. It's been showed off. They've hinted that it's going to come out for a couple years now. I'd like to see some announcement that it's actually going to be released.
Yeah.
So that's it for Sideshow's San Diego Comic-Con reveals so far. Now we're going to get to the previews and pre-orders, Kwong, but we're going to do it a little bit differently than we have in the past. Because we have been gone for like a month, there are so many previews and pre-orders out that this episode would be like 2.5, 3 hours long if we were to discuss every single one of them. And so what I did is I just made a video of them all. It's about 14 minutes long. So I just made a video of them all so we could take a look and just see what the past month has been like for pre-orders. And once that video is over, Juan and I will come back and we'll pick some of our favorites to discuss in more detail. So that means that there's going to be a lot of stuff in there, a lot of really great stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about that Tsume statue. We're not going to talk about. Lots of stuff in there that we're not going to talk about this episode. But we'll just each pick our top 3 to discuss in detail. So for you collectors out there, you've probably seen all of these images before. You're probably aware. So if you want to skip ahead by 14 minutes to the next segment, go ahead. If not, enjoy this video. Kwong. Lots of good stuff in that video. Too much to talk about in a single episode. So we're going to pick a few of our favorites and talk about them in more detail. Lots of good pre-orders in there. We should have links for most items in the description of the video if you're interested in ordering any of those statues. So Kwong, what is your first pick that you want to talk about?
My first pick is going to be Batman versus Bane from Iron Studios. This one, what really came into me is that it is a diorama.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside about it is that since it's a diorama and it's going to be pretty big, that it is 1/6 scale.
Right.
No edition size on it as of right now. What the price is $649.99.
Mm-hmm.
Estimated arrival is December 2017 to February 2018. No exclusive for this at all. Usually Iron Studios, I don't think does exclusives really.
I think they do exclusives through their own website, which we're not able to order from here in the United States.
Mm-hmm. So this one is 22 inches tall.
Yeah.
Which is pretty big, I think. What's the size of Arkham Knight right now?
Arkham Knight is like, without his gun, he's about 32 inches.
Yeah, so that's, for me, I like the blue on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I remember you like as well, is the blue Batman, which is really cool. What I thought was really funny about this piece is that at an angle, it looks like Bane is grabbing Batman's ass.
Oh.
But that's just me.
Interesting.
I just thought it was kind of cool. The base is kind of a little bit lackluster, but I definitely say Bane looks really good and Batman looks really good at this one. So it's a really nice piece. The price on it, I think, is kind of decent. I think it would have been really nice if it was around more $500, but Iron Studios prices are a little bit high, especially because they do a lot of different characters. And
well, I don't think Iron Studio statues are all usually a little bit high.
Yeah.
$650. How much was a Hulk and Wolverine diorama? $700.
Yeah.
So in this case, Iron Studios is actually cheaper than normal, which is pretty unusual for them.
Mm-hmm. The huge thing, the only reason why I haven't pulled the trigger is the smaller scale. Even though I've been thinking about it for having a smaller scale for a really long time now, because in our DTOFs, it's not that much room to put premium formats or quarter scales that we currently have as of right now. So I'm thinking about going into smaller scale, but if I was to go on a smaller scale and to get an Iron Studios, I probably would have gotten that Spider-Man battle diorama that they had, the one that they're on like a bridge or something.
Right.
That one I really liked a lot, but I think that one was like super expensive. So that's the reason why I didn't get it. But I like this one a lot. Those are my top 3.
You would think this would be a slam dunk order for me, but it's not.
No.
The production pictures look great.
Oh yeah.
I definitely like that they used the blue colored Batman. Bane looks really good. The reason I'm not ordering this is, one, I have a Bane coming within the next few months from Sideshow.
Yep.
It's going to take up a lot of room. And two, Iron Studios hasn't proved to me that their production pieces, especially with their dioramas, that Doomsday versus Superman diorama production piece didn't turn out that well, at least from the pictures that I saw. So if I'm going to spend $650, they're going to have to prove that their production can match their prototype.
Exactly.
So Kwong, what statue do you have up next?
Next up I have is going to be the Red Hood Story Pack from Prime Studios. This one I really like is because I really like the Red Hood storyline that I read and all that stuff, and especially since the game is kind of based. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert! Right here, it's kind of based off of him. Yeah. So I just really like the character a lot. The only reason I didn't really like this specific one, pull the trigger on this one, is the bat logo on him. It just doesn't look great for me, and especially on his back. I know it's not supposed to be exactly identical, but I just a little off-putting on it.
Well, I think because he has the red logo on his shirt, and it's got like a red strap going across it. And that makes it a little odd in some of these pictures.
That's probably what it is. So for this one, the exclusive limited edition is 300. It's going to be starting out at $929.99. Estimated arrival is October 2018 to December 2018. So already almost getting close to 2019 already. So that's pretty crazy. This one is going to be just like the closer to the Arkham Knight, which is going to be 32 inches tall. The exclusive on this one is going to be the alternative portrait, which is pretty cool. I actually don't like it, but some people may because it's the original Red Hood mask anyways.
So Prime 1 already had the Red Hood statue non-story mode.
Yes.
And we're not talking about the Arkham Knight version, because I have the Arkham Knight with exclusive with the switch out Red Hood pieces.
Exactly.
But they had this version, but with completely red parts and not interchangeable to the Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
And so this is the one that comes with the leather jacket and the hood, right? And kind of pieces does he have? Does it say?
Let's see.
Doesn't say that he comes with a lot of switch outs, right?
Come out with that much.
It just says he comes with one exclusive alternate portrait. So it doesn't look like this one is going to have any switch outs. You know, I got the Arkham Knight here. He has a ton of switch outs. The pistols, the rifle, the two portraits, the chest pieces. A lot of switch outs on that. This one isn't going to have as many switch outs.
And then for what Prime 1 calls it, the collected edition, which is the regular edition, is just a little bit, I think, $20, $50 cheaper. It's at $899.99. Just doesn't come with the alternate portrait, and that's pretty much it.
So looks like we're going to start paying extra for our exclusives with Prime 1. $30 extra for the exclusive portrait if you want it.
Yeah.
So is this a case of exclusive or fail on this?
No, not really, because the regular edition is totally fine. Definitely for my number one, that's kind of a changer for me when it comes to exclusives.
So when are we going to get a unmasked portrait?
I don't think we're going to do one.
For this character?
I don't think so.
I was hoping maybe with this one.
Yeah.
Doesn't look that way.
Because they're only in like a cutscene, we only see him unmasked. Like actually playing against him, we don't. So I think that's the reason why.
Well, you only see Batman Bruce Wayne unmasked in one scene.
True. But that's Bruce Wayne though. You know what I mean?
Collectors want it.
Yeah, that's
maybe true. You know that Bruce Wayne portrait came in a bust set, so maybe this will come in a bust set too. I mean, I doubt it. But
I really doubt it too.
You can hope. So Kwong, what is next up?
For my number one, this one is super good. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be The Flash from Prime 1 Studios again, from the New 52 line. This one, exclusive edition, is at $500. Starts out with $699.99, which is the same as from Nomura Superman as well.
Similar price.
Yeah, I think Green Lantern as well, I think. So they're all pretty good on it to the price on that one. Estimated arrival is October 2018 to December 2018, which is the same as...
So we're almost starting to order statues in 2019.
Yep, getting really close to there. For this one, exclusive comes with an alternate portrait, which this one, it's not huge difference, but I just like, it's just a grinning face of him.
Right. Compared
to him just being just like somewhat serious look. For me, I honestly like the alternate portrait a lot. I've been thinking about ordering this one already. The only reason why I haven't yet is that I just, the price, you know, and I've already got Spider-Man $29.99 and then the job in college and all that stuff. So,
well, Kwong, this isn't going to be released until late next year.
Exactly. So what I was thinking is, this is probably like a really bad idea to do as a collector, is that if it gets, because I want the exclusive edition, so which is really important, right? If the exclusive doesn't come out, I mean, it does get sold out within the next week, because I'm still sitting on it. If it gets sold out in the next week, then I'm gonna waitlist it. And most of people's waitlists do get turned over, so that's what I was thinking, is that if it gets turned over, then I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? But I still need like a week to think about it, because Sideshow revealed that they were gonna do the pre-order earlier last week. But then the pre-order was going to be on Thursday. So then when I was looking at the picture, I was like, it's still the same picture as what we saw in the past, but it's not, I know that they're going to do an exclusive portrait, and I was like, I'm just going to wait for the portrait. And they showed out the portrait in their pre-order. So I was like, oh, I like it a lot better. So that's something that I was looking forward to, but I still needed to sit on it because it's kind of the way that he is on the base is a little weird. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are thinking about like leaning issues and all that stuff. And I, as a new collector, I don't know much about that as yet. But I remember there was like an Iron Man from Kotobukiya or something like that where they had, a War Machine that they had like leaning issues because he was just put on weird.
Well, I have one statue in my collection that's supposed to have leaning issues for some people, and I have no leaning issues.
Who's that?
Daredevil.
Oh, yeah?
The Daredevil premium format from Sideshow down there. Some collectors have had leaning issues, but I haven't had any. A lot of that has to do with the temperature you keep them at and the humidity of where you live.
Yeah.
Out here in California, it does get hot, but we're sitting here in air-conditioned houses, and it's not very humid out here. So in Northern California, depending on where you're at, we live fairly close to each other, similar environment, similar weather. I don't think you really have to worry about leaning issues.
Oh, yeah, nice. So this one is, how tall it's going to be is 21 inches, same as the Iron Studios Batman and Bane from the Memorial. And then also the regular edition, collector's edition, is just $50 cheaper, $649.99. Limited to edition size of 1,000.
A lot of people have been waiting for a Flash statue.
I've been waiting for it for a while as well, since my girlfriend went to one of her anime cons here in San Jose, and she got me a Flash holographic art print, and it looks really cool. And I was like, oh dude, I can't wait to get a Flash statue to have it as kind of like a companion piece with it.
But you're on the fence about this one because of the price?
Not really the price, it was just committing to it. The only thing was the alternate portrait. I do like the alternate portrait. He is a little bit too shiny for me, but that's something I think it's actually kind of cool about him.
Well, this is the new 52 version, right? And Superman is shiny too.
Yeah.
Green Lantern is shiny. Flash is going to be shiny.
Yeah.
A Sideshow has said that they're not going to release their own Flash soon.
Yeah.
They want to give this Prime 1 Flash piece time to shine. Eventually, it's going to be in the works at some point. It'll be more traditional comic-based statue. So this is for more modern lovers of the character.
And I honestly like the suit. So I'm about like 99% sure I'm going to pull the trigger on this.
Yeah, I'm really digging it. I really like it.
Because since we're not having anything from the 52 line, since you canceled Superman, I want to at least grab something to see how it looks.
Looks really cool. I think if you're a fan of the Flash, yeah, this would be a good one to have. My first pick to feature here on the show is the Darth Vader legendary scale figure from Sideshow. This is a half-scale Darth Vader statue teased years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've been waiting for this statue a long time. It isn't cheap, though. It's about what you would expect for a normal half-scale statue.
What, 8?
Price is $2,550. Payment plan limited to $286 a month. Not limited to, but as low as $286 a month. This is a limited edition, meaning there's no announced edition size. Probably figure out how many people are going to order it, and then decide their edition size but the statues won't have any edition size on it whatsoever. So I really like this statue. It's one I thought when I saw that I might order.
Your first half scale?
But I'm not in the market for $2,500 statues right now.
I know.
I'm not in the market to adding a $200 and almost $290 payment right now. Definitely not in that market right now. This would look really cool. Half scale Vader. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome for all the Star Wars fans.
I have some reward points saved up. Not that many reward points saved up. So this looks really cool though. Expected to ship May through July of 2018. This guy is going to be 46.75 inches tall. This is going to be a centerpiece statue.
Yeah.
Right? Centerpiece, showpiece. You have this statue in your collections as long as you're not surrounded by other half-scale statues.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to be... it's going to stand out. People are going to be drawn to it.
Yep.
I had a spot that I was thinking I would put it, right? But that payment is just not going to happen for me right now. But it looks super cool, right? Super, super cool. I'm very tempted, but then that price just punches me in the stomach. Says, no way.
Does he have any switch outs or anything, or just him?
No, not for a half scale.
Yeah,
not for a half scale. So he's got that little choking motion.
Yeah.
Just really cool. You can see how big he is here. Just too pricey for me. Now my second pick is another statue qualm. That's too pricey. It's another statue.
You want the expensive stuff, dude.
I thought maybe when the next Transformers movie comes out, I might get an Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And so my second pick is the Optimus Prime from the Transformers The Last Night movie. This one is by Prime One Studio. Exclusive, limited edition, is limited to 500 edition size. The price is $1,899.99. Sideshow can do a payment plan for $342 a month. Again, I'm not looking to add another car payment. Yeah, I'm currently doing the payment plans from Sideshow, but I like to keep it under about $500.
Yeah.
And this would just kill that. It looks really cool. You know, these Transformer movie statues are really cool. The exclusive version is a switch out for his right hand. Yeah. You know, the regular edition, he's holding the sword in front of him. The exclusive edition, he is holding... actually, that's not right at all. So both versions have the switch out right hand with the sword. The exclusive has an interchangeable left hand blade. So the regular edition just has the shield on the left hand. The exclusive edition has the left hand blade. So we know these Transformer statues are really cool. He's going to be about 35 inches tall, which is a little bit taller than this Arkham Knight statue here. He's going to have two alternate portraits. A right arm holding the sword down, a right arm holding the sword up, a left hand fist. He's going to have one sword of judgment fitting each arm, one vector shield fitting on the back of the left arm, and the exclusive has that left hand blade. This is going to be released sometime in May through July of 2018. I really thought both that Vader statue and the Optimus Prime statue, I might get one of those. I am just not in the market for $2,000 statues right now.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that this one would be coming out kind of soon. I thought this one would be definitely closer to 2019.
They're working on it well ahead of time when they had to have been working on this for at least a year. Yeah. Right? So they have a connection with the studio making the Transformers. You know, they have a connection with Josh Nizzi, who does a lot of the design for it. So they're getting these designs ahead of time, I'm sure. I mean, the movie just came out a couple weeks ago.
I know.
They haven't been working on it for a couple weeks. They've been working on it for a lot longer than that. So both those two statues, if you are interested in pre-ordering, I have links to Sideshow in the description of the video below. My next featured statue, Kwong. I don't know, people are gonna pick that. I would choose this one. I'm gonna go with first four figures on this one. They're Sonic the Hedgehog 25th anniversary statue.
Yeah.
I think this looks really cool. I don't know, I'm just kind of in a nostalgic mood.
Yep. Because you're playing this Super Nintendo right now?
I've been playing regular Nintendo.
Sorry, classic Nintendo. No. My bad.
But there are two Sonic video games coming out, Sonic Mania, and then there's another different kind of Sonic game coming up. I'm just feeling nostalgic, and I'm feeling like I'm going to order and play those games. I probably won't play them much, to be honest, but get a little bit of nostalgia. And then similar to Nintendo releasing the NES and the SNES classics, Sega's also going to be having their own version. They had one before. This one is going to be a better version. And I think I played Genesis more than I played Super Nintendo. Yeah. So I have many fond memories of Sonic the Hedgehog. I can remember getting that first Genesis, booting up Sonic the Hedgehog. It was awesome at the time. It was awesome. I played Sonic more than I played Mario.
Yeah.
Probably not. Super Mario World, I played that game a lot. So they have two different versions of this statue. Exclusive version is the light up version. A regular version does not light up. The exclusive, both versions are priced at $384.99. The exclusive version is currently waitlisted, but it looks like the regular version is still available. I didn't pre-order this statue, and on the fence. Doesn't really fit my collection.
Yeah. It would be just really out because, you're kind of comic booky right now. Some games, like Street Fighter.
It will be something I have to find a different spot for. I was looking at it today to maybe order the exclusive edition, but since it was waitlisted, I was kind of bummed. I missed out. I just had to find a different spot to display him. He wouldn't fit in the room, but he could maybe go out into the living room or upstairs where I keep my video games. But I really like this Sonic statue, and I just think it is really cool. So those are our picks for featured pre-orders this week. I do have a link for the first four figures of Sonic, and most of the statues that were featured here on the channel in the video. I have links in the description if you want to go get some business done. So Kwong, speaking of first four figures, they released a couple of videos of some new licenses that they're going to be working on. So let's take a look. 2 new licenses from First for Figures.
Yes.
The first one, Bayonetta, I know is a video game, hack and slash video game.
Yeah, I heard. I think it starts on the Wii. No? Because I remember 2 came out on the Wii for sure. I'm not sure where the first one came out of.
We'll just know it's another video game license that First for Figures has.
Yeah.
They're doing killer video game stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not very familiar with it, but I know a lot of people will be excited about this.
Oh, yes. Very.
And the second announcement, Metal Gear Solid. That's super cool.
Yeah, something that I'm super excited for. I'm definitely looking forward to this since we don't have a Force for Figures piece at all on pre-order because I want to get something from Force for Figures where we can check out what they have.
Yeah.
Most likely, depending on what this is, I most likely will get it because my brother's a huge Metal Gear fan. So I most likely will get it for him. Because usually Force for Figures, their price range is usually always set on a certain amount, usually like 300, 400, nothing much more than that. So that's definitely a good price range. So I'm looking forward to see what they have to come out with.
Yes, First for Figures is also known for reasonable prices.
Yes.
And the Metal Gear Solid is a license that no other statue company has. It has been rumored that some other companies were going to get it, but Konami is not known for being the easiest company to work with. But I think First for Figures did a Castlevania statue, right?
I think so in the very past.
Not too far distant. So they have, they've been able to successfully work with Konami.
Yeah.
And now Metal Gear Solid license, they got to have something going good with Konami.
Yep.
I'm still personally upset with Konami.
Why?
I think you know why, Kwong. I think you know why. A lot of fans still upset with Konami about the whole Kojima situation, about the Pachinko situation. We're lots of fans for Metal Gear Solid, lots of passionate fans. I love the games, and I'm one of them. But an article came out recently said, within the first day of Metal Gear Solid being released, it doubled its production budget. So it made huge amounts of money in that first day.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And it's an unfinished game.
Yeah.
Right? It's unfinished, and it's a story that is not going to be completed.
Yeah.
We don't know if we're going to see new Metal Gear video game.
Yeah, we are, but it's hella weird.
We're not going to talk about Metal Gear Survive, the zombie thing. We don't know if we're going to see. We know we're never going to see a Kojima Metal Gear Solid game. And so
Death Stranding,
Metal Gear Solid's basically dead to us. But that being said, I am still excited about First for Figures getting the Metal Gear Solid line, doing some quarter scale statues because they have great characters. Metal Gear Solid is known for having great characters. Yeah. And not just the many different versions of Snake, but all the different villains.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
Ninja, Cybernetic Ninja. I can't think of anybody's name right now. Psycho Mantis. All those crazy characters. Really, really looking forward.
I'm curious to see if they're just gonna do one character or they're gonna do a bunch. I really hope they do a bunch. I really do. It'd be awesome.
So that's it for this week's previews and pre-orders. Kwong, time for this week's collection update. I know you're still on the fence about that Flash statue.
Yeah. It's just honestly about work and pay. Rumor is that we're going to get laid off, so curious. That's the only kind of downside.
Yeah. Well, they have payment plans, Kwong.
Yeah.
They have payment plans. And when is your next Kotobukiya Spider-Man statue coming?
It was from Agent of Venom, supposed to come out later this month, but my girlfriend's friend Juan, his comic book shop, he hasn't contacted us yet to let us know that he got it in stock. So I'm just waiting for that to come out.
Okay.
If not, it should be, because this should have came out last month, but if anything later this, most likely next episode of Statue Talk, I think I should have it by then. I'll double check after this episode, but yeah.
Yeah, so for me, we saw a couple videos of a couple of statues I got from Pop Culture Shock recently. I got the Sub-Zero with no light up feature. Yeah. The replacement is in the garage.
Oh, yeah?
I just haven't opened him up yet.
Okay.
So it took me a little over 3 weeks to get the replacement. I sent an email shortly after I did the video. About a week later, I heard back from PCS saying, hey, send us a video or pictures of the statue not working. I did that, and it was a couple weeks before I didn't hear back. So Pop Culture Shock has a new collectors group on Facebook. Put a little message there. A couple minutes later, I had a message in my inbox, and then an email saying that it was on its way. So Pop Culture Shock customer service is definitely improving. Still got to open up that Sub-Zero, make sure it works. I don't know if I'm going to keep the statue, though. Yeah, but I know I return on I have to get, if I'm going to sell the statue, I have to sell one that works. Yeah. And PCS has to deliver me one that works. I don't have a spot for a 1/3 scale statue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So that's why I'm thinking about selling him. But I had the statue here. It looked really great. And I was like, man,
so good.
I mean, the base could be a little bit better, as we talked about, but I really do like it, and so I'm really kind of thinking maybe I can find a spot for him.
It really would have been really cool if you were able to get Scorpion too. But
last weekend, we posted the unboxing of Blanca, which I was a little bit disappointed in. Yeah. And when I say I'm disappointed in it, I stated the reasons on the unboxing video. I wish it was more like the prototype. When I go and look at pictures of the prototype,
looks a lot,
and then I look at other PCS statues, I don't think PCS's vision for the piece was quite realized from their factory. Yeah. It's a little bit concerning because we have been seeing a lot of delays. Yeah. I mean, I know PCS is making sure stuff is good to go, and that's why we're getting the delays. But we're still seeing a little bit of issues here and there with the Kuma's hair, right? And then with, even though the rest of them is, great, and that hair thing is a little bit of nitpick, but it still should be mentioned. And then a lot of people still thinking Sub-Zero and Scorpion are not quite matching the production pieces, especially with some of their material that the mixed media is made out of. And then it was kind of similar to Blanca. Mixed media is kind of
so odd.
Ridiculous, and the paint wasn't quite up to what we would normally expect from Pop Culture Shock. It's far from a bad statue. I just don't think it was up to PCS's normal standards.
Yeah, exactly.
That being said, we have started to see pictures of Charlie Nash.
Oh yeah,
and
they look good.
Looks like what we would expect from PCS. So got that on pre-order. I've paid my invoice for him. Just waiting for the shipping invoice. But it looks like he's on track. So it's interesting, to see companies go through ups and downs, especially with their factories. There aren't. It's interesting. I would be interested to know why these problems are coming up.
Because even
behind the scenes,
even Prime One, we always say does a really good job, but for like a huge backlash for a Dashstroke, they had problems with it, like stuff not fitting perfectly and all that stuff. It happens to everybody. So,
and then But out of all the great previews, pre-orders that we showed, the only one that is probably a for sure pre-order for me is the quarter scale Akuma that PCS is working on. So they showed a teaser. Hopefully it's going to be a Street Fighter V version. They're already working on it. That would be supposed to be part of the mixed media line. That would be my only for sure pre-order that we showed. Other than I'm thinking about jumping on that exclusive Sonic waitlist.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so those would be the only two pre-orders that I see in my near future. Probably I got that Magneto, that Wolverine on my hit list.
Can't wait to see that.
But as of right now, I don't know what other upcoming statues might be on my pre-order list. Yeah. So that's it. Not really a whole lot going on in our collections. We got a couple of pieces in that we did some videos on. Waiting for that Charlie Nash.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to them, actually.
I think Bane from Sideshow is going to come out in a couple of weeks. And we should see him painted up. Collectors will be able to see him painted up at San Diego Comic-Con.
Nice.
So really looking forward to San Diego Comic-Con to see the new stuff from Sideshow. And at the end of the month, Summer Wonder... I still want to say winter. Summer Wonder Festival. It's going to feature a lot of new stuff from Prime 1. I'm really hoping to see something from Warhammer 40K.
Yes.
There. Would really love to see that. Going to definitely pre-order a lot of stuff from that line. It's going to kill my budget, Kwong. But hopefully they stagger the releases, right? But that's it for this week's collection update. All right, Kwong, do you know what time it is?
Question of the week.
It's time for the question of the week. But before we get to last episode's question, we first have an outstanding question from one of our viewers. This question comes to us from the Model Vault, who says, "Hey guys, I'm not a statue collector, but do have some. I'm a scale model maker. My question is, what's with all the statue terms? What do they signify? Comiket, maquette, etc. What are all the terms and what do they mean? Can you go through that for us newbies, please? Thanks." Now, the Model Vault, I'm going to give you a quick summary, but this is actually a question that Sideshow answered on their most recent Sideshow Live. So if you go to their channel and check out this past Wednesday's episode of Sideshow Live, towards the end of the episode, they do a Q&A with some of their chat viewers, and they actually answer that question directly. So if you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, if you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, go check out Sideshow video. So if you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, go check out Sideshow's own video, and you can hear it in their own words. So basically, these are all Comiket, maquette, premium format figure are all Sideshow terms. So premium format figure is their most popular. It's quarter scale, and it typically includes some sort of mixed media element, either with clothing or maybe some metallic swords and claws and whatnot, but not. It doesn't always have mixed media. Sometimes it can be fully sculpted as well. Comiket is a term that they actually don't use anymore. It used to refer to like their comic book based statues that were specifically like from a specific artist, but fully sculpted and more comic book series like you would see with the the art germ statues
exactly.
now. In the past, they might have called those comiquettes,
Yeah.
but they're actually not using that term anymore. Now, maquette is something they use. It doesn't necessarily fit the premium format figure term. Like if they partner with someone, they typically will use maquette instead of premium format figure. Like most recently, the Thanos on Throne is called a maquette. That's typically for a little bit more expensive statues. And then, like in Thanos' case, they're working with legacy effects on him. And then Thanos' size is so varied in comic books that they couldn't really say that he was a quarter scale. So that's why he is described as a maquette rather than a premium format figure. And then sometimes Sideshow might just think a piece fits under a maquette or a premium format figure a little bit better, and so they'll just change what it's called. So yeah, check out that Sideshow Live this past Wednesday, and they explain it themselves pretty well. So the Model Vault, we appreciate your question. Now, last episode's question of the week, as we were waiting for Alien Covenant to come out, we were about to go see that, was your top 3 science fiction movies. So let me share some of your viewers' answers first, Kwong. So first up, we have Mr. Furious Gamer, who has a couple good choices. This is Aliens. It's going to be on top of a lot of people's lists. Terminator, which I saw in the theater when I was like 5 years old. And Predator, classic Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Movies I all really enjoy to this day. Now, the Model Vault says I don't know if it's her or him with the Model Vault name. So the Model Vault says that their top 3 sci-fi movies are The Empire Strikes Back, Aliens, and Blade Runner. Also really good movies. I don't know if I've ever seen Blade Runner from start to finish. I want to see the extended director's cut. It's definitely a movie that's up my alley, right? So now we're going to go to Suited for Gaming, who says their top 3 sci-fi movies are number 1, Predestination, number 2, Blade Runner, and number 3, Ex Machina. 2 of those I'm not familiar with, but since they're on Suited for Gaming's list, I'm going to have to check those out. Blade Runner, I need to watch that.
Yeah, we can watch it together.
I think I can buy it on Amazon. I think the regular version is on Prime for Amazon, but I want to watch that director's cut, which is supposed to be a really good version of the movie. And then we got Blade Runner 2 coming out soon. So Kwon, why don't you start us off and give us your top 3 science fiction?
My number 3 is gonna be The Martian
with Matt Damon.
Yep, pretty good movie. Second one is gonna be, I was kind of torn on this one. Forgot what it was.
Now for The Martian, I was a little bit disappointed in that. It was a good movie. It's my kind of movie. But, the mistake I made was reading the book. I actually didn't read the book. I actually was listening to the audio version during my commute. And I found that to be outstanding and great. And then, as usual, when you read the book right before you watch a movie, you're usually disappointed in the movie. Not that it was bad, just the book was really good. And the movie was just good.
Second one's for me, it's going to be Donnie Darko. Yeah. Donnie Darko is one I watched it. It's a really good movie.
Really strange and weird movie.
Yeah, really strange and weird movie. I honestly thought I watched it with my girlfriend, but she said I didn't watch it with her, so I don't know. But I thought it was a really good movie. And my number 1 is going to be Inception.
Yeah. Was Leo DiCaprio.
Yep.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, really good movie. I just recently watched it for my girlfriend's birthday by myself, and it was really awesome.
Yeah, I haven't really watched it in a while, but I also enjoy that movie.
Because like for movies that I really enjoy, because usually most of the time I bootleg most of my movies, but when it's a movie that I really, really enjoy, I actually go out to like Target or something and actually buy the Blu-ray.
Steelbook?
Yep. Has to be like really good movie. Like the last Steelbook I got is Days of Future Past, which is pretty good.
Yeah. So for my top 3 science fiction movies, I'm first going to say that I excluded a lot of movies from my list. Like I excluded Star Wars from my list. I excluded, Star Wars would probably be the top of my list. Kind of more science fiction / kind of like science fantasy.
Yeah.
Kind of genre. And it doesn't immediately pop to mind when I think science fiction. And same thing with Star Trek, because I love Star Trek.
Yeah.
But I think of that more in terms of television show, not so much the movies.
Yeah.
And when I think about a good Star Trek science fiction movie, I think of Star Trek the motion picture, and that style of movie is what pops into my mind when I think of a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay. Well, first up, I'm going to give a shout out to an honorable mention, which meaning, yes, I'm picking 4. But this movie, honestly, doesn't belong on the top of any top science fiction list. It's called Moon 44. It's got Malcolm McDowell in it. It's like it was released in like 1990, and it's just kind of hokey, cheesy, kind of low-budget science fiction movie. But for some reason, when I think of science fiction movies, it immediately pops into my head as one of my favorites. I wouldn't call it one of the best, but definitely an honorable mention for me because it pops up into my head. Next up, I will go with Aliens. Of course, it's one of the best science fiction movies out there. I always think of space when I think of science fiction movies.
Yeah, that's usually what I do too.
I know there are other types of science fiction movies that don't necessarily involve space, like Inception, but I always think of space. And I love that sci-fi kind of traveling through space feel of the Aliens movies. We all know Aliens is the best out of those movies, right? And next up, we have Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. One of my favorite sci-fi movies, especially in my younger days. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the whole spy theme. It's got Sharon Stone in it. It's got a lot of recognizable 80s actors in it, and just a really cool movie. New version was just okay.
Yeah, it was okay too.
I really don't dig Colin Farrell personally, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, classic 80s movie, really good. And then for my top science fiction movie, I'm not saying this is the best science fiction movie, not even probably the best out of my list, but one movie that I really, really enjoyed is The Last Starfighter.
I think I watched it.
It is a movie about this kid. He lives in a trailer park. He is trying to get the top score of this video game where he's a starfighter. He's trying to save the universe. When he beats the game, they come down and pick him up. Turns out the video game was a recruiting tool to be an actual starfighter in this intergalactic war. Cool. Really cool movie. Really enjoyed it. The graphics on it are very 80s, but interesting. I think they made the entire graphics for that movie in like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So really one of my favorite science fiction movies.
Gotta check that out then.
Yeah, so for next episode, Kwong, what we want our viewers to let us know, we shared with you some of our picks and what we're looking forward to at San Diego Comic-Con, some of the surprises that we're hoping to see. So let us know in the comment section some of the surprises that you're hoping to see at San Diego Comic-Con in the next coming weeks.
Yep.
Now, Kwong, it's time for this week's featured video. So for this week, I'm going to feature a video from one of my top statue picks, Kwong. This video comes to us from First Four Figures.
Yes.
So they always do these making of videos when they come out with a new statue.
Yeah.
They're really super cool. And then First Four Figures does live Facebook Q&As and chats regularly. So it's something that the First Four Figures is doing super well. So this is the First Four Figures presents the making of Sonic the Hedgehog 25th anniversary documentary. So you get to learn all about the statue, and you get to see the statue up close. So I really dig that about First Four Figures.
Yeah, I really do too.
So check out this video and make sure to subscribe to their channel to just stay up to date on everything that First Four Figures has going on. If you missed the Facebook live feed, they posted up on their YouTube channel too. So check it out. I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Statue Talk. Let Kwong and I know what you thought some of the topics we covered in this week's episode. Now, Kwong and I already shared with you our top picks from the previews and pre-orders this week. Let us know what some of your top picks, what you're excited about in the comment section below. We may even answer some of your comments or questions in next week's episode. Now, we do have a little bit of a surprise for this week's episode. We're actually going to be having a giveaway, our first giveaway, pretty soon, courtesy of Sideshow Collectibles. So Sideshow Collectibles sent me this to unbox and or give away on the channel. This is a Hot Toys. I know, it's a hot toy, but it's a giveaway. I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
So this is a Hot Toy 1/6 scale first order Stormtrooper. So I already have one in my collection that I bought myself. So this one is going to be for one of you viewers out there. I don't know yet how I'm going to give it away. It's going to be here on YouTube or it's going to be on Facebook, but I will let you know soon. One of you viewers is going to walk away with this Hot Toys Stormtrooper. Now, if you're a seasoned collector like me or a beginner collector like Kwong, and you can't wait a whole 2 weeks, yes, we're going to be back to the 2-week schedule. Check out the website, statuereview.com, and give us a like on Facebook. I share all the latest previews, pre-orders that I can find to those 2 spots. Chances are, if you're waiting around for our episode, you might miss out on some of those pre-orders.
Yes, especially the exclusives.
Yes. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up to date on all of our latest unboxings, reviews, and updates to our collection. And remember, statue collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. This has been Joe Pronzik.
Kwong Tran.
Thanks for watching.